Denver Street Stories.
The views expressed by any individual in this interview are entirely their own and not necessarily shared by Denver Street Stories. Denver Street Stories is an active supporter in the LGBTQ plus community. We stand with the Black Lives Matter movement, and as intersectional feminists, we support equity and equality for all peoples. Denver Street Stories supports sovereignty and land back to indigenous communities. We strive to actively deconstruct oppressive colonialist structures. Denver Street Stories. These are our stories.
Well, hi, Piere. Thanks for taking time to talk with us, and welcome back to Denver Street Stories, everybody. Do you want to kind of introduce yourself or say what you want to talk about today?
Well, my name is Piere, Patrick, either one. I want to talk about the fact that homelessness does not have a face. A lot of people have the impression that just because somebody walks down the street with shabby clothes or, you know, asking for a cigarette, they automatically assume them to be a bum or a homeless. Homelessness does not have a face. And I say that because I've been in the same vicinity as someone experiencing the same struggle as them, but get treated way different because of the way that I'm dressed or the way that I compose and conduct myself. Now, don't get me wrong, it's all about how an individual does carry themselves, but not everybody looks their situation.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
And I just want to shine the light on that too, you know, just because I've gained a newfound respect for homelessness, because for homeless people and homelessness in general. I've been homeless for 2 years now, and I never thought it would be me. I was the athlete. I had all this going on, and life happens really fast.
Yeah.
And I've came across people who has been out here longer than me get treated worse than me.
For sure. I think that's really interesting, kind of what you said of like how everybody thinks it can't be them. You know, like you said, like you even thought like, oh, that could never be me. You know, and I feel like a lot of people think that when in reality, there's a lot of people who are like one or two, you know, missed paychecks away from being on the streets, you know, or even like people don't consider different, like living in an office or even just, you know, couch surfing or something like that. Those can be forms of homelessness as well, you know, or living in a condensed space with like tons of people, not having your own space, you know, and just like having to be out all the time and all kinds of different things. It can look different ways, but even out here on the street, it's different. That's what we're kind of trying to show with our whole message, is just like show all the different experiences people can have. It can look different, like you said, and it's a different experience for every individual person too.
If I may elaborate, man, what I've been doing, because I don't have no ID, no social. I'm from Kentucky.
Okay.
And I drove down here with, I thought was the rest of my life. And today's New Year's Eve, and she left me today.
Sorry.
And I sacrificed everything for coming down here with her. We had plans and this and that, and now I'm left holding the bag, so to speak.
So sorry to hear that. Yeah.
But since I've been here and been homeless, I forgot my point, what you asked me.
No,
but,
not at all. No, you can talk about whatever you feel.
So it seems like I think I was going to elaborate more on the fact that damn, I don't even remember what I was going to say.
No,
It's
you're
just so
good.
much,
You're good.
you know?
There's a lot to talk about, but I feel like that point that you made right at the very start, like just that homelessness doesn't have a face.
Oh, yeah.
And you kind of want to talk about that.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, and looks can be very deceiving, you know, because I'm 30. I'm an able-bodied. I'm willing to work. I'm ready to work, but I can't find a job. And I do want to talk about the fact that, you know, I've been on the waiting list here for housing, and they just recently brought in a lot of people from over another country, and they kind of they getting priority housing over people who's been on the list forever trying to get some kind of help. And you know, it's no knock to nobody else, because we all need help somehow, some way. And I'm glad they're getting the help that they may need coming to a whole other country from a foreign land, you know. But what about those of us who've been out here waiting? What about those of us? It's like, we've been out here in the cold trying to find somewhere warm to stay, and you know, I don't want to sound crazy when I say this, but it's like, well, what about the ones we've been here first, you know, like.
Yeah, it's a really complicated situation, I think, because I feel like at this point Denver's kind of proving that they do have a little bit more, like, they have more resources than they were kind of giving to people. And that's really
Absolutely.
tough. Like, not that anyone should get resources above anyone else, you know, but it's really tough when, like, you have more people coming in now who also need housing. They really need help as well.
Absolutely.
And I don't think there's any good solution, because, like, yes, they do, but also there's people who have, like you said, been out here for years. There's people who've been out here for 10 years, 20 years, you know, and they haven't been able to get housing. And the fact that they are so low, they're not even on, like, I don't want to say list of priorities, but they're not even, you know, I feel like Denver doesn't even care about them sometimes.
And I concur with that. You know, I believe that the intentions may be good, but they're going about some things the wrong way. I feel like they should have more people who've experienced homeless in these homeless programs. They should have people who experience what it's like being outside, advocating and being in control of these programs, because they know what it's like, and the urgency of the sense of urgency of getting someone help. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you know, I just want to say that, man, don't give everybody a hard time just because just because you may be able to. Even if you would give them a smile, words of encouragement, if you can just ask them how they're doing, it can change their day, you know. But just don't never forget, homelessness does not have a face. I consider myself very debonair, and I get approached a lot, but little do they know, I'm like, I am homeless, you know. But I'm working to fight this poverty. I will not give up. I will not be out here for long, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, I love that. Thank you so much. I love hearing your perspective about everything and the situation, kind of. And I feel like that really aligns very closely with our message that we're trying to send, of just showing how diverse people's experiences can be, and just show people that, like, it's not always what they think it is, or it's, you know, there's a lot of stereotypes and assumptions I think people make about people living on the street.
If you can't help them, don't hurt them.
Yeah, exactly.
If you cannot help them, please don't hurt them. If they may be in your way, give them a second. If they're moving too slow, give them a second. If you can't help them, don't hurt them. Don't discourage them. They already got a lot going on. We already have a lot going on. You know, if you can't help them, don't hurt them. My name is Piere, and thank you for y'all's time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Piere. Great. That was awesome. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah. No, that was not at all. That's so bad.
I want to get it out because it was a lot.
You covered the most important stuff. Seriously, yeah. Really great.
And I will
Appreciate it. Thanks for listening to Denver Street Stories. We aim to help change the narrative surrounding homelessness by providing a platform to amplify necessary and diverse voices. We hope this sheds some light into a world often pushed aside and disregarded. We should hate less, love, and listen more.